Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What we're going to do today is start a series of videos on the Sword and Shield sets, looking at investability in sealed product. What's going to make us some money, what sets to invest in. We're going to start off with Sword and Shield base. Got a booster box here. I know this isn't the actual ETB that comes with it, but the Zacian Zamazenta Premium Collections. So we're going to look at, when it comes to sealed product, particularly in the Sword and Shield area, three criteria. And if you go back to the video I did last week, I talked through some things that you can sort of, tips for sealed Pokemon investing, things you should look for when it comes to investing in sealed products. So three things we're going to focus on. One, the print run. Two, what are the hits like? Both the big hits, does it have big heavy hitters, and what the smaller hits are, the cards above $10. And three, how fun is it to open? And how fun is it to look at keeping sealed? So how collectible is it? So three main things. Then we're going to give them a score and check out how investable each set is. So let's kick off Sword and Shield base. Right, so how we're going to score, three criteria, all scored out of 5. Starting off with print run, then the hits, then how fun it is to open. That'll give us a total out of 15. The higher the score, the more investable the set. So starting off with Sword and Shield base, print run, as you can see on the PSA pop report on the right, it's certainly not the most heavily printed set in the Sword and Shield era, and probably not sent in to be graded. So let's work off the correlation between PSA, pop reports, and print run. For an early Sword and Shield set, based off this info, I'm going to have to score it a 3.5 to a 4 out of 5. Criteria 2, the hits. Here we have the three biggest hits on the screen: Marnie Full Art Trainer, the Rainbow Snorlax VMAX, and the Zacian V Gold card. So you could argue the Marnie really carries the set, but I don't think that's particularly a bad thing. I don't know if it's really going to hurt it for investability purposes. I mean, look at a set like Ultra Prism. That Waifu tax really can carry a set if it needs to. It would certainly help the set if it had more bigger hitters. There's 8 cards in this set above $10. With all these factors in mind, I'm going to have to score it a 2 out of 10 when it comes to hits. It's certainly no Evolving Skies, hey? Final criteria, the fun factor. And how does it look as a sealed product? Fun factor to rip? I just don't think there's enough hits to make it super fun in the future to open. I mean, pulling that Marnie will be a really good chase card in the future, I think. And that Full Art Snorlax is cool, but other than that, there's not enough to keep you entertained. There's not heaps of fan favourite Pokemon, of course being the base set. What are the products like to look at? I actually like the look of the booster box. It's a good looking box. It looks good on display, but the 2 Elite Trainer boxes, not really my cup of tea. I don't really like the look of them. In terms of a score, I'm going to have to score it 2.5 out of 5, which gives us an overall total of 8.5 out of 15. Now, what this is all about, investing, making money. Can we use Sword and Shield base as an investment opportunity? Well, let's look at the box price. A year ago, sitting on about $220, nudged the $300 mark, now sitting on about $290 a box. What that shows is it doesn't need to be the flashiest set with the coolest cards, big hits to appreciate in value. Base set boxes have a funny way of going up, and I think if you look at our scoring system, you can attribute a lot of that to its print run and also that Marnie. So should you invest in Sword and Shield base right now? Not a set I would go for right at the moment. At nearly $300 a box, you could buy a couple of boxes of something else, like maybe some Chilling Reign. However, if you'd got in early, like February 7th, 2020, and bought yourself a case of boxes or a couple of booster boxes, well, geez, what were they back then? You could get them $110 a box. You've close to 3x your money in 3 years on a set that isn't all that flat. What it shows is the resilience of the Pokemon TCG as an investing vehicle. Where should you park your money now? Should you park some in Sword and Shield? My answer is no, not right now. I think it's going to remain pretty stagnant for the coming years, around that $300 a box mark. I don't really see it moving from there for the next few years. Stay tuned for the next few videos though. We're going to explore the rest of the Sword and Shield range to see where we should park our money to try and make some money.